Round one. Fight! Perfect KO. Round two. Fight!
Okay, I guess this is already happening. This is set 444 versus Echo Fox Tokido trying to make their way into top 8.
It's so crazy because Tokido sent to loser's bracket in the very first round of pools, made it all the way back, and he is still alive, and he has taken game number 1 over to 4444. Of course, we're just here in the last 4 matches, basically, to get in the top 8.
Yeah, getting very close now. On twitch.tv/Evo, we just saw Itazan lose to Infiltration, which means that Infiltration has qualified for top 8 now.
Ooh, there we go. Infiltration trying to get back into the swing of things here. Remember in Season 1, Infiltration and Tokido early on were the 2 men who were taking off all the tournaments here.
Yeah, exactly.
Both of them, but Infiltration, of course, made it in winner's side. Tokido trying to make it in loser's side. I believe this match is to get into top 8.
I'm checking on that now, but I believe you're right.
All right, so Tokido already 1 game up over Tsu. All right, gets the cross up and now into the corner here. Time for the mix-up. Good defense from Tsu so far.
Yes, this is to make it into top 8.
Okay. Oh no, got caught. And Tokido knows the new optimized combos after towards heavy. Gets the instant overhead.
You can always count on him to have the setup and have the understanding. Everything's looking good right now for Tokido. In control in the corner.
Yep. And you know, that's similar to something he did in Street Fighter 4. Go with the light uppercut juggle, because then he recovers a little bit quicker, gets less damage, but better setup.
Yeah, and in this situation, you know you need 1 more hit anyway. That's fine.
Oh, here we go. The trigger activated. Oh, he hit him, but it didn't do anything. And the auto-correct uppercut from Tokido. It's going to put him at match point to get in the top 8. Here at Evo Japan 2018.
Between every round, Tokido taking a sip of water, relaxing a bit, deep breath, back into it.
Hey man, gotta stay hydrated.
He has a ritual and he sticks to it. Very scary now. There it is.
Okay.
Tokido is going to be close.
Red fireball there to do a little extra gray damage.
Is that enough? Oh, it was enough. Tokido takes it.
Gold perfect KO Tokido. All the way from loser's bracket in the first pool in the winners finals of the first pool. He lost to Powell.
Yep.
Powell was actually 1 match away from trying to get a run back against Tokido.
That's
Didn't
right.
quite make it because Tsu defeated him. And so now Tokido was able to defeat Tsu, and Tokido is in top 8
Tokido
again.
in top 8, yeah. Again, I mean, he's been very consistent when it comes to the top level events, right? Evo, Capcom Cup, both times in grand finals. Here at Evo Japan, still has a chance to do that.
Speaking of consistent, 3 Evos in a row now for Street Fighter V is Graft MOV. He made it in the top 8 Evo 2016. He made it in the top 8 Evo 2017. And now he's made it into top 8 Evo Japan 2018. Talk about consistency right there.
I'll say, and he did it in winner's side. So from that portion of the bracket, MOV qualifies in winner's side and Tokido in loser's side. The others, as I said, Infiltration qualified in winner's side, so he's in top 8 winners. Itabashi Zangief versus Yukadon to make it in through losers.
Okay.
That's what we're going to have coming up next. There's also XYZZY versus Human Bomb to make it in on winner's side. Loser will play Daigo to make it in on loser side.
Okay. So we actually still have some matches on winner side that we're trying to get
We
in there.
do.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
that I believe is happening right now on twitch.tv/Evo.
Okay.
And then to round it out in those pools, John Takeuchi versus Storm Kubo. Winner will make it into winner's top 8.
Okay.
Loser will play against MenaRD to make it into top 8.
Nice.
John Takeuchi sent MenaRD to losers in
Right.
the first place. So
With
could have a
little
rematch.
with a little bit of a pop-off, too. It's jumped
Yes.
out of the chair.
That's right.
Was all excited.
And Storm Kubo wrecked Moke Rashid. So he knows the Rashid matchup.
MenaRD then is the last non-Japanese player in this tournament then, isn't he?
Infiltration.
Infiltration, of course.
XYZZY, Human Bomb. There's actually pretty. Yeah, no, actually, there's no Americans in there, but you know we're used to that.
Yes. 2 Koreans, one single. Well, formerly Australia, now Hong Kong,
Yep.
and then potentially a Dominican Republic player make it in there.
That's right.
But yep, loser side is going to be Itazan versus Yukadon. Now the question is really going to come down to who is Itazan going to go with?
Right.
Zangief or Abigail against Anabuki?
It's been mostly Abigail this weekend for Itabashi. Whatever.
Yeah,
Unknown.
Itabashi, Abigail.
Yeah.
Yes.
Itagale, Itazan. It's up to him. I think I would expect Abigail.
Okay.
But I do think that Geef had a good matchup versus Ibuki. Maybe that's still the case. It's not something that I have seen or really played since the changes happened. But I like how Abigail sort of deal with a neutral game. I think that he does well at the range where Ibuki wants to play footsies.
Right.
I think that's also his footsies range.
Right. Now, Itagale.
Itagale.
Why not Itabigail?
Itabi.
Itabi. There you go.
I think it's like awkward in my mouth. I don't know. I don't like mouth awkwardness.
That's fair. That's fair. That is something that you have told me many times in the past.
Yeah, you know it.
Yep. And okay, I think the players just weren't sure that they could start, but I think Itazan is currently tweeting out, "Hey, I'm about to make top 8 by beating Yukadon."
Yeah, there's only one more scrub in my path. About to fly in here.
Itazan made it into top 8 at Capcom Cup last year. Yukadon, I mean, it was last year actually.
It sure was.
Yukadon top 8 finisher as well at Evo.
And so was Itazan.
And yes.
Itazan made it into winner's side top 8 in both of those events.
That's
He's
right.
not going to make it in on winner's side this weekend, but he can do it in losers still.
That's right. He eventually lost to Punk and then Tokido at Evo. Oh, man.
Yeah, you got it. And Yukadon, as you said, had some success. Man, his path, it's been tough. He beat Fudo most recently. He beat Gachikun before that. He beat Angry Bird before that. A very, very strong player from the Middle East. He's had a good day. He lost to Infiltration, but, you know, so has everybody else Infiltration has played against so far.
That's right. Infiltration, of course, doing it all with MenaRD right now, a character that I feel like has gained a lot of strength from just a single new move added in there. I felt like it made such a big difference.
Yeah. And it was a close one versus Itazan just a little bit ago. But yeah, I love Infiltration's defense with that character. He is a scrambly guy.
Yes.
He's very hard to peg down on defense anyway, right? Just in general. And so for him to play a character who, without good defensive options up close, only the fast button, that's it, he's fine with that. Like, that is okay for him. And he jumped out of a bunch of command grabs, right? He had excellent movement away from the big boy anyway.
I was about to say, MenaRD, you know, one of the biggest mistakes you can make with her is try to be as stationary as possible.
Oh, yeah.
And Infiltration we saw with Nash, I mean, you remember the first half of the season 1.
Sure.
What was the phrase? He's on ice skates.
Ice skating
around.
around.
We definitely said that many times. And I feel like that works very well with MenaRD.
Agreed.
You know, he's always moving around, and by doing that, he's controlling what range you're scared of the orb a lot and keeping you guessing, you know. So, again, Infiltration, just such a strong player, and I think it's such a great fit for him using MenaRD.
Yeah, and he clearly enjoys her too, which is very important.
Yes. All right, here we go. And it is going to be Abigail.
Yeah, again, I think that's a pretty good call.
Yeah, we saw in the matchup of, wasn't it Itazan versus Cien? Which Abigail sent Cien to losers? I can't remember. It was Storm Kubo, wasn't it?
It was Storm Kubo, yeah.
Yeah. And Cien you know, there was all those ranges where Cien tried to like hit him, and then he would just get crush counter. He even activated the strike in, didn't come out fast enough.
Armored Fierce was too good. Oh, tried to crush, but it's good to see that Yukadon is looking for that giant flip, because you've got to shut that down. If you allow Abigail to make that happen, he's going to be plus on block a lot, and that's bad news for you.
It's a free way for him to get in if you're not hitting it.
Right. Yukadon was active at the start, but has kind of backed off a little bit. He has a life lead. He does not know with the slow approach. Look at this. These confirms, James. Come on.
Now chasing down into the corner. And that standing light punch anti-air from Abigail is going to work well just because he's so dang tall. And it's always interesting to see how they use the Shuriken, if they're going for instant mix-ups or that reset right at the end.
Oh, a little bit too far. Yukadon was out of there. He does not want any part of that stuff.
Oh,
no! Okay, he did block.
He took that hit.
Is that? Oh, that would have been so sick!
Almost chased her down.
Yeah. Yukadon now just playing the zoning game. Does not want to allow this big guy back in his face. Let her rip. Too far.
Yep. Not close enough to whiff punish it. Not familiar enough with the range.
Oh, you can't whiff. You can't do it.
Oh my God. Just caught him out of the towards heavy kick right into Abigail punch. At just ridiculous ranges.
Yeah. It's part of why I like this character so much. He's not just a grappler in the traditional sense of a Capcom game. He has that range.
Yeah, it's almost pseudo Dulcimish, you know, just by his sheer size.
Yeah. Little Waldsteiny. So now he has the life lead, and he can kind of play this game of just waiting it out. It's on Yukadon to approach. Try to answer. Yes, it's in range.
Yes, okay, it's going just for the damage right there. Didn't look like he had enough time.
Oh, that may be it. One more mix-up.
Yeah. Oh, gets out of there. But right now you can see Itabashi, threw him out of it. He's going for it again. No fear. No fear. He's like, you threw me out of it once. I don't care. Here, we're doing it again.
He was bouncing in his chair.
Dude, that's what he does,
He was floating over on that chair. Cheesing. Yukadon with the wry smile.
Yukadon smiling like, man, this character.
Round one. Fight.
Look at how he has to crane his neck to look down at little Ibuki. You know, characters always look at each other's faces.
Oh, yeah. Man, how did Guy, Cody, and Hager ever beat this guy? He was just one of the dudes running around
I hear you.
Metro City, but no.
He's put in a lot of work. A lot of medical science in there as well.
Oh, God, the clutch again.
Yes, good damage on this.
Look at that damage. Oh, my God. And
That's it.
That
Could have been.
ambiguous jump cross-up. It's so tricky because he can jump right next to you and get a cross-up still. Shades of Batman.
Oh, boy. Backing away. My question remains. Oh, well. He may have thought that would be on the other side, actually.
Or maybe he just didn't mean to do the EX one.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Stops the run. Here we go. Opportunity for Yukadon now.
But didn't last long. Oh, didn't get anything there.
Oh, what a neutral jump from Itazan. Again, pestering with that light punch. Such an annoying button to deal with.
Oh, yeah. Yukadon in there on the grab. He still needs more.
But it's just like every time you hit Abigail, you look at his life and he's like, did it go down at all, you know?
Yeah, meanwhile, Itazan is 2 hits away. Not 2 mix-ups, literal 2 hits.
Okay, here we go. Gonna get the reset here with a back medium punch.
Nice.
Goes for the throw. Okay, one more.
Now he's trying to play the zoning game. He wants to stay away. Only one kunai, it's gone.
All right, try to use the new power of being able to cancel it. But unfortunately, Itazan was jumping at that moment.
Patience there. Oh, he allowed it.
Oh my God, it chased her out of the air.
Again, you can't let him get the giant flip. He's in there. Once that happens, you got to hit him out of the air. And
so no handshake. No handshake. No handshake from Yukadon. And Itazan is like, please, please. And Yukadon's like, nope.
These are 2 players with histories of doing really well at Evo's. Yeah, there's
the shake. For sure.
And this time, Itazan comes out ahead. Meanwhile, on twitch.tv/Evo, we have Storm Kubo versus Rashid, John Takayuchi Rashid. So we could get a couple of big boys in there.
Yeah, and the winner of this match, I'm sorry, the loser of this match is going to go up against MenaRD.
Correct.
So
Correct.
let's say Storm Kubo loses, we're going to have a big body matchup.
Yeah.
Big body matchup. But
Yeah.
we'll see how this goes because you mentioned that Storm Kubo blew up which Rashid? You said it was Moke, right? So, okay. I'm curious to see if John Takeuchi can do any better. Just currently ate a guard break.
Well, that'll happen sometimes. But he is interrupting Giant Flip, which again is super important. So Itazan from losers and Infiltration from winners out of that pool. We also know MOV from winners and Tokido from losers. And yeah, we're still working on the rest. Oh, Human Bomb, as we said before, beat XYZZY on twitch.tv/Evo. So now it's going to be XYZZY versus Daigo to make it in the top 8.
Okay. Daigo Umehara. Still in this, and you know what? My favorite thing about Daigo right now is his use of V-Trigger 2.
Yeah.
He's using it better than any other guile that I've seen so far.
100%. I haven't actually labbed up how safe his V-Trigger 2 flash kicks are. I've asked on Twitter too, and nobody's gotten back to me.
It's really good.
Oh yeah, no, clearly. I don't know. I want to know the frame data. You know?
Right. Yeah. I know that. I believe it's like -2 maybe when I was testing it out. But I know at certain if you're far away enough. I'm not sure at point blank, but I know from certain ranges you can do a flash kick and you'll land and you can just hit him with low strong still, you know. The fireball causes so much hit stun. And you can't crouch under it either, so it covers so much of the screen.
Yeah, very good.
It covers a portion of the screen that even the Sonic Blade doesn't even can't even cover.
Yeah. And this is a tough draw for most birdie players. We did see MenaRD do well in this at Capcom Cup and in the past against this very player.
Yes.
So it's doable for birdie, but you know, we'll see. I have to imagine that Daigo has gone into the lab as much as possible since then.
And that was season 1, right? So Guile now with this V-Trigger 2 gets a free anti-air every single time.
That is true. Although Birdie now, with the way that the Zonk works, a little bit farther forward than it was before, so he can more easily get through fireballs.
All right, here we go. XYZZY trying to discourage Daigo from throwing too many fireballs, and there's the Zonk, just like you said. Can get right through there a little bit easier now.
Daigo trying to be patient, just trying to wait it out. Wow, very nice timing on that. He gets out of the corner.
Oh boy.
Doing work.
No meter for the EX follow-up. Back throw. But no loops afterwards now.
But that Birdie, that red V-Trigger, going to be safe at that range for sure.
But see, I love the way that he uses that because...
Ooh, there! From so far, that jump jab.
When you do that flash kick at that range like that, there is literally nothing they can do. They can't be jumping, they can't, you know, and you're going to cover that space perfectly. I love Daigo, how he just throws that out there like that.
Well, XYZZY has done part of the job. He's gotten towards the corner, but Daigo's still fighting super well from it. Now out. All right.
Zonk's through there. But XYZZY, you can tell that he is doing the fighting. He's doing the fighting, and Daigo is doing the one baiting XYZZY into playing his game.
Waiting.
Trying to set up the Genjin-Gura, but nothing from Daigo. He's just playing so patient. He knows taking throws is not as bad anymore.
There's a Zonk being held for sure. Daigo not taking the bait, throwing no fireballs. Holy super, yes!
Is this going to be enough?
I don't know. Oh! It is? Oh my God.
Part of me looked at that and I was like, I think this may, and it did.
Yeah, it sure did.
It was enough.
Well, I still like Daigo's game a lot, other than that gigantic half-life damage he just took. I really liked his neutral game. He backs off sometimes, but his fighting from the corner has been good enough that that's fine.
Okay, here we go. XYZ now sending out a bunch of damage with that command throw. Daigo has been pushed into the corner now. Here we go.
How about the MKX?
Oh, and he's going to be able to get a combo out there.
No, yeah, he certainly wanted it. Activate.
I'm surprised Daigo just didn't flash kick right there.
EX?
Yep.
Is that enough? All right.
Yes, that is going to do it right there. And that is such a powerful tool. And that's what I mean. That's why that's so good, because you can just throw it out
at
that range and just throw it out. And if it hits him, you get an EX follow-up for extra damage. if they don't jump or if they stay on the ground and block it, you're safe.
Right.
It's such a powerful tool for Guile. It's like, it's shocking to me that, you know, like, that is his 2-bar V trigger sometimes.
I know.
Nice. Gets him with the offensive couch heavy kick, but did not go for the juggle. Oh, here we go. Oh, got him with the Genzingura. There we go.
Good
Trying
work.
to do as much damage as he can.
What I love is that Daigo knows when XYZZY is holding for Zonk, and he just doesn't let that even happen.
Yeah,
He's
just
throwing
stopped
other
throwing
stuff.
sonic booms, yeah. He just starts going for Sobats all of a sudden.
Oh no.
Nice. Daigo is in utter control of this match
Yeah,
right
I will
now.
say.
XYZZY looks, I don't want to say lost,
Well,
but
he just got a big jump, and the thing is, for Birdie, everything can change so quickly.
Right.
So although he's been out of it, he can get back into it very fast.
Yep, and here we go, into the corner, but Daigo escaping the command throw. Here we go, activate. Gonna get the...
Oh, super!
Oh, no.
Saving. And why not? He's, again, in such control. Activate. Wow, that said, XYZZY is a mix-up away. If he
Yeah,
finds the
I
right hit
know.
right now.
Oh.
Oh, meaty! Maybe he's looking for EX flash kick. I don't know.
Daigo's
Oh, 2 more! He
But
lives, he lives.
I think he should have went for regular flash kick and then EX.
Oh,
That
yeah,
might have
okay.
killed.
That's
Oh.
it! No, alive!
Wake up
Anything, either one,
coaching
either
like
one,
it.
either one. Who will press the button? There it is! The closer! Down jab!
That's
One of the best.
such a great button.
Final round.
All the big bodies here have some great down light punches.
That's true, yeah.
Birdies. I almost call Abigail Storm Kubo.
boy.
Abigail, oh nice, here we go. Mistimed that. And now sending him back to the ground, getting an air throw.
Delay.
Oh, but that slight delay when you absorb the fireball.
Daigo's zoning. He's where he wants to be. Not at all the case for XYZZY. He's got to move forward. Talk about last round, how he could seem out of it and then all of a sudden back into it pretty fast. Same could happen here.
Oh, he baited the throw.
Daigo's
Again!
pressure, yes! Very, very strong pressure. All of a sudden, switching from zoning to all of a sudden in your face. Just like that. XYZZY could not adapt.
And you know
Daigo makes
what?
it into top 8.
Daigo has always been one of the absolute best at switching between offense and defense.
Yeah.
A lot of times it happens between rounds,
Right.
but that in that particular case, it just happened mid-match. He just flips the switch all of a sudden. He's so good at detecting, like, oh, I gotta get in this defense. I gotta get in this defense. He's like, oh, you do, huh? And
Yeah,
then he
yeah,
switches
yeah.
to offense,
Yeah.
and it catches you off guard.
Yeah, and especially as sort of the closeout, right? There's no more time to adapt. It's like you recognize that he's playing offense right now, or that's it.
Right, exactly.
So very nicely timed on Daigo's
yeah,
side.
it doesn't give you that opportunity to counter-adapt.
Exactly. So,
Okay,
Human
okay.
Bomb won that side from winners. Daigo makes it into losers. We only have one more match to figure it out. John Takeuchi made winners. In top 8, he
so
beat Storm Kubo.
He beat Storm Kubo. So we're going to see another Abigail here,
And we're gonna
see another birdie.
That's right.
It is the big body match to close it
boy.
out. And MenaRD, can he make it in the top 8? Can he be the only player from the West to make it into top 8? And you know what? Look, you know what? I know that this is kind of like a hand wave, whatever,
Okay.
but like all the people who are like MenaRD got lucky,
Oh,
or
it's, whatever.
you know, all that stuff in Capcom Cup.
Whatever.
Look, man,
Not even worth.
It's not. You can't even deny the talent of this kid here.
It's like you feel dumb even having to make that point.
Right.
You know?
Exactly, but you know what? Oh, here I see Takeuchi and Infiltration standing here on the side. Two of the players who have made it in the top 8 on winner's side.
Yeah, yeah.
And man, Takeuchi, does he look like he's younger? Like,
Did he get
feel
younger in the last year and a half?
I feel like he actually like shrunk in age.
Oh boy.
Because he looks like he's like 12 now.
Well, he's pretty giddy over there. He's
Oh yeah,
happy
yeah.
as a little schoolboy, that's for sure, to have made top 8 winners side. So Storm Kubo with Abigail, MenaRD with Birdie. I find this matchup very interesting. it's a matchup where you play footsies from farther away than almost any other match.
Right.
Like they're playing
Yeah,
footsies
yeah, yeah.
at half to 2/3 screen in this matchup, and they both can swing on each other very quickly. Neither one has very good defense, especially in Season 3. Birdie lost throw-in vulnerability on EX grab, so not the best defensively, but you know, both excellent neutral games, excellent damage output. Abigail. Now, we haven't seen V-Trigger 2. It's only been one for both of these players.
Which makes sense. Again, you know, most likely they're going to stick with what they're familiar with first. You know?
Yeah. If they're going to switch to V-Trigger 2, it's not going to be in week number 2 at, you know, Evo Japan.
Right,
They're going to hold off for a little bit on that. And they both have great V-Trigger 1s, so that's fine. Last match to decide who makes it into the top 8. We know everybody else. Who's the 8th going to be?
Is it going to be the happy Storm Kubo or the serious MenaRD?
Oh, the range on this guy.
Gets him with the low, and there's probably the most significant buff that Abigail got was that crouching light kick link.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised to see him do that a couple of times. Look at these big somersaults.
Chasing him down, but here's an opportunity now for MenaRD to get some good damage.
So he chose to set it up instead of actively getting in there. But, oh, let it rip! He
But he
jumped! You can't jump! You
He
can't
jumps.
jump! Just hang out!
It's so
Actually,
hard.
he might have died if he had hung out at that amount of life. But definitely jumping is not good.
Yes. I mean, jumping guarantees you're going to die.
Yeah.
But it's so hard, from a human reaction standpoint, to just sit there and take it. But that is what you got to do.
Yeah, Birdie has armored options.
Right.
You know, Birdie has a good backdash, especially movement and trigger too. He can walk back too.
I got to wonder if down forward heavy punch will go under too.
Maybe. I don't know.
Might be able to low profile that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
But there you see right there, you cannot jump away from him because that crouch light kick will catch you and then he can link it into big damage. That's why it's so good.
It's super good. Yep. Overhead low, maybe grab. No, it's just easy stuff. MenaRD, I think, was calling out a grab. It didn't come. Storm Kubo with a very convincing game 1.
And when
when
MenaRD lost to John Takeuchi, John Takeuchi shook his hand, walked off, and MenaRD did not get up from the chair for a very long time.
Okay.
He had his head down, and he was you could tell he was very somber about the whole entire situation. And you can see it right now. Look at him, hands on the head, frustrated.
By the way, Birdie's not his only character. I'm not sure if he's ever going to bring it out, but he does play at least one other really good backup.
Yes.
Really good backup.
Yes.
So we'll see if that happens.
MenaRD, oh my God, this is not good body
Will he do
language
it?
for him. So
No.
look at this.
Will he do it? No.
One of the things that I've talked about in the past, you know, at SCR last year, I talked about this, that I've always liked MenaRD's body language. I've always liked his focus, his facial expressions always look like he's like, no, I've got this, I've got this. But right now, we saw the hands on the head, we saw the uncomfortable smile, we saw the stare down at Storm Kubo like, you dirty. And so it's interesting. It's an interesting change in MenaRD's composure.
Meanwhile, Storm Kubo having a good time as always. Okay, will it be more offense from MenaRD? That's what he's showing right now. More activity. Oh my God. Okay.
Oh, beautiful double jump. Get some good damage out of that. It's a good start right now.
Many more buttons. Jumping in a way he didn't do. It's a huge change out of MenaRD, and it's working out perfectly. He's going to take the round on this just like that. What a change.
Beautiful adaptation for MenaRD, realizing that playing that zony kind of footsie game isn't going to work for him against Storm Kubo, so he just went in. But you know what? It's not easy to get that started against Abigail. So
this is what I'm talking about, that footsies range where they're just whip punting each other from half screen. It's sick.
Right. This is key right now. MenaRD in round 1 jumped in, and that's how he began everything. That is an option select that he has, yes.
God, he is blowing it up. Overhead was going to go for it. Storm Kubo out of there.
Okay, got him with the flip. Oh, baited out the jump again and had the crouching heavy punch all ready to go. Now he's in the corner. Oh, combo!
Dominating right now.
Yep, it can all go downhill.
Out of there. Yep, he waited. He waited. It's going to be match point. Storm Kubo as well as MenaRD did. Last round, most of that round, you know, it can all melt so quickly.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Okay, that's how he got started in the first game. Nice! From that range, a lot of times you're not, oh, he's got to stop
Gotta
that.
quit it.
Banana's
Kubo
not
sees it.
working. Here we
Kubo
go.
now has V-trigger activation. Maybe just go for it. Oh, I was
Was he
fortunate.
just trying to get out of the corner?
I don't know, but he actually may be dead. Let's see what Storm Kubo gets. Oh, no, he's just going to go for the grab. Okay.
Okay, armor. Armor to save himself. He's going to get, oh, he's going for the setup instead of the damage.
Out of there is Storm Kubo. He just danced away.
He just flipped away. No anti-air. Wow.
Right.
But neither of them with meter. Okay, here we
Will
go.
he set it up with the can? The can's there.
It's going to hit him, but he's not going to be able to confirm off of that. Oh, it didn't catch him out of the air. He was trying to anti-air him.
Didn't get anything on the giant flip. Out of the air! What a call! What a call by Storm Kubo. He makes it into top 8.
Abigail wins.
And you can see the impact on MenaRD. As happy as Storm Kubo is, the exact opposite mirror reflection down there at the bottom of your screen. Feeling it as hard as anybody's ever felt a loss.
Dude, fighting games are something so great, but they can also be something so brutal.
Right.
Because again, when you lose in a fighting game, there is only one person you can blame, and that is yourself.
Right.
And if you are someone like MenaRD who takes this with 2 hearts so much, in fact, with some of the prize money, he's running his own event in February in the Dominican Republic. You know this man lives and breathes fighting games.
Yes. And he made 9th place. Everybody gives him a round of applause, and deservedly
Yeah.
so. He made 9th place at an event with 2,200 plus folks. It's one of the most impressive tournaments that has existed in Street Fighter V, and he almost made the finals of it. So it's not like he had a bad weekend at all.
Right.
But you sort of feel it worse when you're just outside of it than if you were way outside of it.
Right.
Like it sort of hits you in a worse way.
You felt like you were just like it's
there.
like all that effort, all that work, and you just fell short.
Yeah, but he did lose to 2 people who made it into the top 8.
Right.
John Takeuchi on winner's side and loser's side, Storm Kubo. So an excellent showing even still by MenaRD.
So top 8. What do we got? What do we got, Ulster David?
Let's take a look here. By the way, everything has been getting updated on Smash.gg. You can check it out for yourself there. Winner's side, Master of Vampire.
Master of Vampire, 3rd Evo in a row, top 8, 2 Vegas Evos, and now 1 Japan Evo. This guy, man.
Looking good.
Nothing you can say. Nothing you
He
can say
was doing the
about
work with Chun-Li when she wasn't considered as strong in Season 2, and now she's good.
that. Yes.
And he's looking good. His opponent will be John Takeuchi, a guy who didn't have as much success throughout most of last year as he had a little bit before that.
Right.
Not that he was doing badly, but it wasn't sort of up to the same level. So I think for him having get that top 8 in this kind of situation is a big boost.
I mean, last year was probably really busy doing homework and, trying to make sure that, he made the volleyball team, but,
The volleyball team. Okay. I'm not sure that's what he's going out for there. I don't think they've been the best at volleyball. You never know. I haven't seen his vertical. Infiltration on the other side of winners will play against Human Bomb. Infiltration, another guy who didn't have the best year last year. Other things were going on, right? It wasn't just fighting games for him. Life was happening, and a lot of stuff happened for him. But he, I think, also had kind of a character crisis.
Yes.
Didn't really know what to play. Now he looks very happy with Manat.
He has his waifu on deck.
He does. He looks really strong with her.
Yes.
And then his opponent is Human Bomb. Again, he gets into these top-level situations without anybody having talked about it beforehand.
I know.
And whenever
all the time.
No, I know. And whenever we see him do that, we sort of bring this up. Why don't we talk about him more? And then we forget to talk about him the next time. It's certainly our fault as much as anybody else.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't know why we do that, but again, he's there.
Formerly from Australia, now Hong Kong.
That's right.
Just a
Human
great
Bomb
player.
with Chun-Li, and so 2 Chun-Li's top 8 winner side.
Okay.
And then losers, we have Tokido.
All the way from losers bracket.
Yeah.
2nd place last year at Capcom Cup. 1st place at Evo.
Yeah.
Look, no question, greatest fighting game player all time.
100%.
100%. There's no question.
That question is been answered.
Yeah, exactly. 1 Evo 2002, 1 Evo 2017, 15 years later, and here he is at Evo Japan, top 8, even going to losers bracket in the 1st round of pools.
That's right, and his opponent will be Storm Kubo, who we just saw qualify in. Storm Kubo is a super talented player. It's not just with the big bodies. Before that, he had an excellent Rufus. He actually was probably the best Dan in the world for a while. But his grappler play, I think, is what I'm most impressed by. Happy for him that Abigail came out, so he didn't have to keep on playing Alex. That's a lucky draw.
But always, again, one of the happiest players. And it's funny, too, because all these big body players, the other Abigail in here that you're going to talk about here, Itabashi, both of them, super happy guys.
That's right.
What is it about playing big body characters that you're just so happy all the time?
They're the most interesting characters. You're having fun. Why'd you ask me that question? You don't have to be biased.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that. I'm right there
Obviously,
with
the
you.
smartest players play big bodies.
And Itabashi, of course, one of the smartest players in all of fighting game history.
I think that's
as
true.
Well.
Yeah.
He's one of the gods of Virtua Fighter, and you cannot play that game unless you are good at reading other players.
Excellent reads, excellent spacing. He really has all of the tools, and I like that he has picked up Abigail. I think that fits him really well.
Yes.
He has kept Geef in some matchups, right? So he has these both, and I think between them, they cover just about every matchup. Like one of them will win or go even with at least. One of them will do so for every character.
And
His opponent, though,
is maybe one of the, again, greatest players of all time.
Absolutely.
If not, at least the most famous.
I think that is for
most
sure.
world-renowned fighting game player of all time.
And deservedly.
And that is, of course, Daigo Umehara. I mean, I don't remember. It was something like 100 million views of the Daigo parry since its inception or so. Like, it's a ridiculous amount between all the YouTube copies that made it out there, all the parodies, and downloads of the original Tragic video. You know, Ben Curitan made that original Evo Moment 37 video, so shout outs to Tragic. But Daigo Umehara, probably the most well-known fighting game player of all time.
Yeah, and he's got a chance to, do another great top 8. He has gone through sort of spurts in SF5. The beginning of both seasons, let's say season 1 and 2, a little underwhelming for him. But as the seasons went on, started winning tournaments, started doing really, really well. Same thing last year again, made top 8 at Capcom Cup.
But now he's starting the year in the top 8 in January. So that means that potentially by the end of the year, we may see a Daigo, a Daigo force to be reckoned with.
Sure. And in that matchup, it's going to be Daigo Guile versus, I would think, probably Abigail. We'll see, but I would expect Abigail. I think that's one of the few matchups that Geef Abigail doesn't beat.
Tom Cannon right there, ladies and gentlemen. One of the most important people in fighting games. He is a guy who, along with his brother, created Evo.
Yeah.
So, you know,
a little,
kind of helped keep fighting games, alive for a little bit. So,
they did some work. So again, MOV versus John Takeuchi and Infiltration versus Human Bomb on winner's side. Loser's side will be Tokido versus Storm Kubo and Itabashi Zangief versus Daigo Umehara.
And that's going to be tomorrow here in Japan. But of course, there's going to be a lot of top 8s tomorrow.
Yes.
So definitely take the time to tune into twitch.tv/Evo, where all the top 8s are going to be taking place, including Street Fighter V, if I'm not mistaken. And you will want to watch all of those top 8s tomorrow. We've already had some great top 8s during the course of this weekend. I got to watch some ARMS top 8.
I saw that too.
It was actually really interesting.
It was much more interesting than I expected, to be honest.
I mean, it went through a lot of balance patches. So,
that's true. And they do play with all the different gloves here, which is kind of interesting too.
So, but then Blaze Blue earlier, KOF, Pokken was played a little bit earlier. A lot of great stuff. Again, shout outs to the Jump Off crew as well on twitch.tv/Evo, especially Sejam, Majin Obama doing a lot of the hosting work. And Ringe was on there as well. A bunch of guys on there. Great stuff to all of them all weekend long.
For sure. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching Capcom Fighters streams today and yesterday. Catch you later on. Again, you want to tune in tomorrow, twitch.tv/Evo for all the top 8s here at Evo Japan.